You guys ready to come back in and get some breakfast, huh? Sorry for the delay. You guys pooped a lot. Took me longer to clean it up. Go get yourself some breakfast. Go ahead. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Dalton. This is Armson Farms. We are the Footlong Farmer YouTube channel. It's great to be alive, guys. It's a nice 30-degree morning, which means the driveways aren't sloppy. It's not freezing cold. I mean, technically, it is freezing cold, but you know what I'm saying. It's a comfortable morning to work. It's my wife's upswing cow. Had a heifer calf last night. Hell yeah. And my wife and I got 6 in the hutches right now. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, it's just a good morning. I hope you guys are all having a good morning too. Follow along. It's going to be another day of kind of odds and ends, winter work, busy work. Kind of the story of winter on the farm. You know, once all my equipment's through, which it's basically all through, I still got to get my merger in. I've got a little work I could do to our slinger and to our box spreader. That's one of my wife's cows right there. She might be in heat. Yeah, so I got a little bit of work to do to the spreaders, but again, not anything too pressing. So follow along. Maybe something major, maybe some major catastrophe will happen or something like that, and we can show you guys that, but hopefully not. Hell yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. It's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. I'm in the neighborhood, watching every day. All right, so one of the first things I'm gonna do today here, I got our excavator started up. I'm gonna go start up the manure truck and get that moved out of my way. So the last, few days, this driveway's been getting pretty sloppy. You can see there's all kinds of these little ruts here, which it's gonna be a long year getting all this filled in, just because where we had to run our manure pipes, all through here, this was all dug up and had manure pipes buried through it. So it is very, very soft. But Sunday is a high of 15. Monday's high in the low 20s. You can see here. So potentially going to be spreading manure on Monday. But I just want to take that excavator and get this driveway all smoothed out and leveled off all the way up through there. So that way when it freezes, it's good and smooth. After that, we're gonna get this tractor fueled up, ready to go. The truck can get fueled up, ready to go, grease it. Just basically gearing up and getting ready. You can see just from sitting here, I don't know how well the camera shows it, but that front tire sunk in about 3 inches. I should probably check the oil. Actually a little bit over full, but the truck is sitting at an angle. And the dipstick is in the back of the motor, so yeah, better to have a tad more than not enough. We've got nothing, like nothing. So I wonder if I got a loose wire or something. Don't you just love old stuff? Just love it. At first glance, everything seems tight, and I had greased it all. I serviced it. Obviously it's dirty since then, but I say that to say I don't think the connection should be bad, because these all have grease on them. The wires just go from there right here to the starter, which is a pain in the butt to get at, but I did wiggle all of these wires down in here. Yeah, see, that's on there tight. Maybe that one could use a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put the jumper on it. I mean, I don't know why they would be totally dead. All the lights were off. But we'll put the jumpers on it and just make sure they're not just dead for some reason. I don't think it would be. All right, so after hooking up the truck to it, it did just click. So yeah, I suppose maybe it was just dead somehow. Not sure why. I did move it last. I guess it was Monday, so it wasn't 2 weeks ago, but almost. I had it parked on the ramp to drain, but the builders came out. They had a couple gates to put up, so I just kind of pulled it out of their way. But still, it's not like it's been sitting all winter. But either way, yeah, see, it's trying. So I'm gonna just leave it here, leave it charged. I'll go hop in the excavator and I'll start working on all this stuff while it's charging. This excavator's got a blade on the front of it here, which makes it really nice for doing stuff like this. Kind of really just level it off nice, get any little ridges down, fill in some of these potholes. Probably could get the skid steer and bring some stone up actually to fill some of them, but at the same token, this time of year it's kind of hard to if you put too much stone in the driveway, I mean, if it's frozen underneath, it's not really going to help long term. You might help temporarily, but you're not gonna. So rather than wasting the stone, we'll probably just get it smooth like this and call it good. It's also got a nice backup camera in it, which helps see where we're headed. Ended up pushing a lot of the slop off of here, so this is going to be a pretty nice area. I'm going to get that truck started and out of the way, then I'll kind of grade that area off, and we'll probably have to let it freeze down, you know, firm up a little bit here, and then I can come back in and kind of finish knocking these little bit of ridges off. That probably wouldn't really bother the trucks much, but again, if it freezes up a little bit, we can come back in here and get this all done. Honestly, if I get the truck started, I might back up and go back around the other driveway. I'm a little concerned right in here. I don't want to get the truck stuck. That's bottom line. I don't want to get the truck stuck. It's not my favorite thing to do. So it's been about 20 minutes. Let's see if the old girl's got any life. Woo! Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. For some reason, she must have had a draw. We'll have to figure that out. While the truck airs up, we're gonna go check the fluids in this tractor. I know it's gonna need fuel, but those of you guys who watch my videos regularly remember my manure gun was frozen on this. Had a chunk of something stuck in it. We're gonna see if it happened to have gotten warm enough to thaw that out. We're just gonna check on it. And if it did, we'll make sure we put it away not frozen. Well, it was good. Manure just keeps flowing into this thing. And she is thawed out. So that's pretty sick. It's been a minute since that's happened. Still got some pretty solid ice on there. See it spraying there, that's just because it's hitting the ice, but it's got enough pressure, it should start to cut through. It's thicker than you think. There she goes. satisfying doing this. It's just fun to watch it all bubble up. Anyways, quit farting around. We will lift it right up out of the water. So, this allows the manure that's in that agitation gun to drain out. There should not be anything in there. And if we switch it back to load, that drains anything that was in the pipe from before. Now we're gonna kind of put it, you can't really see the valves that great, just because manure is kind of built up on there. But if I'm going to kind of put it in the middle, so that way by putting it in the middle, that should, in theory, leave both open. And then we're going to set it back down, so that way the pump is fully submerged in the manure, because manure is obviously warmer than freezing. So by setting it down like that, or I should lift it back up just a little bit. By setting it down like that, the pump itself will not freeze because it's under the manure. So, good deal. We should be all set on that front. As I've said, we're going to top this thing off with fuel. But other than that, this rig should be good to go. I had realized that when I go to back up, generally there'd be enough space, but it was probably sloppy where I'd be backing off of the driveway and concrete to turn around. So I just hugged tight to the lagoon there, and we got out all right. It was actually harder just to get moving because there was still ice underneath my tires, but man, I am ready for dry. I tell you what. But we're gonna hop in the excavator and we'll get that little section there leveled off now. Figured I'd swing over here and just dunk the excavator down in and see, you know, what the scoop is. We've been putting manure in here since December 5th. I have not dug any sand out of this pit. I was able, if I went all the way to the bottom, I estimate there's probably 3 foot of sand down through the bottom of this pit. So at this rate, you know, maybe here in a month or two, we'll come down through and just kind of try to scoop out some of the sand, which was the original plan to do. I was planning on doing it probably weekly, but yeah, that didn't happen. Now over there, we are in fact cleaning that out once a week. Let's take a walk over there. So this little basin here is where the manure from there overflows into. We come down in here once a week and we scoop this all out. It's usually, you know, a foot or so deep. One thing they did just drop off, they dropped off this little wooden V here. I'm gonna walk down in here. It slides down into those brackets. That's supposed to help hold stuff back, which will obviously allow more sand to settle out. We didn't put it in there last week just because it was so cold. We didn't dare have any more blockages like that there. That's quite a hunk of something there, but yeah, we'll have to get down in here sometime, and probably after we clean it out this week, we'll shovel this out and we'll put that in, and we'll see if that allows us to catch more sand. You see, it's about 2 foot deep now, so it's not all sand in here, but it's probably about a foot. Usually when you clean it out, it's about half a slinger load. So if we do that every week, it's something. Doesn't add up to a ton, but we just made it part of our routine when we go to clean our heifer barns. So, but I suppose something is in fact settling out. It's just gonna take way, way longer than we thought. Which again, I'm not totally upset about. My biggest concern with all this separation stuff here was actually the amount of weekly work that we were gonna have to put into cleaning this out. And where we were gonna put it when conditions weren't right, or in the summertime when, you know, there's nowhere to spread. We were gonna have to figure out an area to stack it, which, you know, it would have been more labor, more work, but not the end of the world. But it is actually starting to settle out now, slowly. Like I said, it's been 3 months, so about a foot a month. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna get back after it here. All right, we gave the old Eagle a quick rinse down. We greased her, filled it with fuel. It was dangerously low on fuel. Fuel gauge does not work on this truck. I didn't worry about washing the trailer. It's not terrible, and it's all gonna get dirty again. One thing, I'm gonna do my annual hydraulic oil check. It doesn't have a sight glass on it. And I know we do have a slight leak. Yeah. Probably half full. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in it, not a lot, but we're gonna top her off for the year. Like I said, it drips out the bottom. Not enough to really make it worth screwing around to fix it. Because to do that, I gotta pull the whole pump off the truck, the way the hose is plumbed in there. I don't feel like doing that, so yeah. We'll let her drip. If you lose 10 gallons a year, not the end of the world. So then I could show you, I just talked to Chuck and Kyle Hainsworth. They're gonna ship me out some new pump bolts. These are, the threads are stripped on 1, 2, 3. Not stripped, but they don't tighten down as tight as they should. It's okay at the moment, but if the manure gets too loose, it will leak. They're shipping me out this style. I like this style because the nut holds, keeps the threads cleaner, helps them stop from rusting as bad. And you're putting the stress on a lot more threads versus just a regular nut. It's just a little bit. These seem to last a lot longer. I replaced 3 of them. Oh, when was it? 2 years ago, I guess, during wheat. We were hauling manure, and it was leaking, and I was in a hurry because we were spreading and we had a hired truck in, but it was leaking to the point. I ran to Hainsworth, got 6 of them, and I replaced the 3 that were really bad, and now these 3 are getting to that point. So they're gonna ship me out a bunch of them, and we'll get them fixed around when they come in. But for now, she'll be ready to go, assuming the weather cooperates. All right, well, we are grinding up some straw here this afternoon, trying to get this stock piled up. I got to get that tractor that's in that cloud of dust cleaned up. I got to get the merger box put back in it so I can get clipped onto the merger and get the merger into the shop at some point. Also, I got a globe bracket that I got to get on the cab of this thing. So we're trying to get this done just so I can get that tractor unhooked and have a week or so to work on that. All right, the straw's all chopped. Got that all cleaned up and put away. Figured before it cools back off tomorrow, it's supposed to drop back down. Give this old rig a bath and grease it up good. Gets kind of filthy ripping up and down the roads when the roads are all sloppy and the driveways are sloppy. Happy with the way that rig looks, but we're gonna wash it and grease it. More busy work. All right, well, I am officially covered in, you can't really tell, I'm officially covered in just sand and manure, and we're dirty now. It is 5 o'clock. Just got a call from my wife. Hey, how do you feel about going over to Loki Hokey Campground? Fish fries tonight. I got time. We're out of here. We're out of here. We're all going. We're loading up. It's cousin Jesse. He owns it. Jesse Coots. They just opened last year. All homemade food. Supposed to be really, really good. So we're packing up and we're out of here, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Always appreciate the views. As always, we will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. I really bit the weenie on that one.